Don't mind all the sirens going off if you can hear them. I don't know what's going on. Probably a car accident. It's usually a car accident. Anyway, I can actually sit up and talk to you today. And it's 90 degrees outside. Oh my gosh. Literally what happened? There's an intersection by my house, so I wonder if that's it. Anyway, we need to talk about fandom culture now. It's starting to make me a little bit angry. Okay, I don't know how old my demographic is. YouTube tells me that it's 18 to 24. I don't know how accurate that is. So I don't know how old some of you are. I don't know how many people remember like 2014 Tumblr, or you know, just like any like the big booms of like eras and stuff, you know, and fandom culture in general. Like I was on Wattpad in 2016. Okay, not quite the prime time, but I was there. I was present. I was active. I was on the internet a lot younger than I should have been. Unrestricted internet access a lot younger than I should have had it. So I've been around the block. Okay, I know a thing or two. I might be younger, but I know a thing or two. And I don't know if anyone remembers, like actually fully remembers fandom culture before the pandemic, because after the pandemic, it's not the same. You genuinely cannot tell me that fandom is like the same as it used to be, because back then we had Jelsa. Okay, Jack Frost Elsa, I might have been like 8 years old, but I knew in my heart. Okay, cross shipping, I love it. I think it's great. I think we need more of it, actually. But now, with what fandom culture has become, with TikTok essentially taking over all that media, now it's like if you ship two characters who aren't together, like in the show, like they are not canonically together, people will genuinely send you death threats over that. I had to deactivate one of my accounts because I had an alt account where, I mean, that was what I did. Like, I was an active fandom member, okay? I was participating in the culture, and literally was sent death threats over that. And I'm like, which is not cool ever, unless it's like something insane. Like, I'm not a pro shipper. Let me say that, because there is a difference. I'm big on shipping. I think it's great, but you cannot ship siblings with each other. You cannot, or any family really. Don't ship adults and children together. Other than that, low-key, everything else is fine. Like, I don't care. Those are really the only like stipulations I have, and even then I'm not like the god of fandom culture. Absolutely not, by any means. But I just like, I feel like people now are so like, if it's not canon, like you're not allowed to talk about it, you're not allowed to have conversation and create a fandom essentially out of, you know, that like that's the whole point of canon and canon divergent or canon deviant or non-canon on AO3. Like, the whole point of fandom is to expand the original media, the original piece, and have a community out of that. And now with TikTok, it's like, no, like even with the Pit now, which to all my people that watch the Pit that I see, and you ship Huckle Robbie, I'm with you. I'm walking alongside you. Okay, I see you. They might not be canon, but in my head they are. Okay, that's why it's called a headcanon. Oh my gosh, crazy new revelation. Crazy. I don't know how I feel about Samira and Abbott. I don't know how I feel about that. But Huckle Robbie, I'm right there with you. That's what I'm talking about, though, is there are people that'll ship Huckle Robbie online, and then people now will get mad at them. And you can so clearly tell who was in a fandom and who knew fandom culture before the pandemic and the people who joined after the pandemic. The difference is so glaringly obvious, and it really doesn't have anything to do with age. Like, you really cannot, this isn't something where you see someone's like 35 versus 15 and you're like, okay, well, you know, this is why. No, it solely relies on when did you start actually participating in fandom culture, because some of these people don't even like, they don't know how to be in a fandom. They think that like what is it, that stupid 911 show where like there's like the asteroids coming down and they're like, we got a problem. I don't know how it goes. They're taking me out of the ordinary. I don't know. Like, people will think that just like watching a show like that, like you just watch a show and like that you're part of the fandom. That's not how it works. You have to interact, you have to create, you have to do something with it. Like talk about it, start a conversation about it, and now look at, there you go. You're interacting with the fandom. You're part of the community. And I don't know. I think people who get on people about ships are weird. I think you're weird. I think let it happen unless, you know, one of the prior stipulations of, you know, like incest or what was it? Yeah. I think book talk in general, which again will be another video. I'm working on that right now. I plan on that being a longer one. But like book talk in the way that tropes used to be just something in fan fiction, like Grumpy X Sunshine, for example. That's a huge one right now. That used to be like, you would only see that on like Wattpad and AO3, genuinely. Maybe fanfiction.net. I use it like right at the end of its life. I don't know a whole lot of people who use that anymore, but I'm a big AO3 user. I used to be on Wattpad. I still have an account, but I stand with AO3. And Grumpy X Sunshine, you used to only see that on fanfiction websites. And now you're telling me when I go to buy a book, this is not an example of that. This is not very tropey. It has a few, but it's not like, yeah. Like, now I go to a store and I get a book and I see like Grumpy Sunshine on the cover, or like those Instagram posts and they have like the arrows coming out of the book and it's like Grumpy Sunshine. That's a trope. You're writing fan fiction. You're writing fan fiction. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but a lot of published books lately are becoming fan fiction. No, I can't talk about that. That has to be our other conversation. That has to be our book talk. But I wanted to bring that up though, because tropes were something that was like, that was only fandom. Like, you would say these things like dead dove do not eat. Somebody just woke up like a sleeper agent, okay? Like, these were things you used to only hear exclusively in those spaces, and now the TikTok people essentially, and you know, new people who don't know how to interact, are taking over these spaces and then kicking out the people that created them, or making the people that created them feel unwelcome, and nobody knows where to go anymore because you're not even safe on like Tumblr anymore. We're getting taken over on Tumblr, and it's just, I don't know, it's so insane to me. There was another point I wanted to bring up and I can't. Oh my god, those stupid AI fruit videos. The Fruit Love Island. You're telling me you can't find a single piece of real media to interact with? So you're resorting to Fruit Love Island? You can't even watch the real show? You're weird. You're weird. And you're fake. And you're fake and you're a poser. I'm sorry. I have to say it because I think it's so stupid. I am very grateful that AI Fruit Love Island got taken down. They do not post anymore because Sora AI is gone. Yay! Yay, everybody cheer. But there's Candy Love Island now. It did not take long for a replacement to come. So that drives me insane though, is AI also taking over fandom and people like using AI to make this stuff when we have artists in fandom, we have all these kinds of creators. Like, I don't even get me started. Like, people, your favorite song could have been written because of a fandom. So let's keep that in mind, because I can name a few that got really popular that not a lot of people know was written for something else. Just saying, just throwing that out there. So yeah, I see a lot of that now in the spaces I interact on. And it just drives me crazy because you don't know how to interact. You can't even be like a decent human being. Like, I don't even know. But it was bothering me. I saw something today. I can't remember if it had to do with the pit or what. I don't think it had to do with the pit. I don't remember what it was. Something for a fandom that I'm in and that I participate in. And it was, I don't know, somebody just going into somebody else. And I was like, dude, grow up. Check this profile, 24. Are we being for real? Grown man. I don't know. I think it's weird. Not to be a grown person in fandoms, but to just be so harsh and critical. It does feel like the whole, like, cool kids getting into the weird kids' interests that they used to make fun of them for. Like, it's so weird to just, like, watch it, like, being, like, the weird kid or whatever, and watching them overtake this thing that they used to, you know, make fun of you for. Like, it's just out of body experience. I don't know. It's weird. But if you're gonna participate in a fandom, you have to be nice. You have to be nice to the other people. You have to be nice to your community, because one day it's all gonna be gone and it'll be your fault. Okay. Love you. Bye.